Season 14 is deep. One of the newest brawlers in this update might have been sneak peeked years ago, and there seems to be much more to Gus than meets the eye. He might be a bit more significant than what we think. The other newest brawler, Sam, arguably was sneak peeked long ago as well, with his relationship with Belle actually being seen in real life. Not saying Brawl Stars, in real life. So this video here today is going to be a little bit all over the place, but I promise you it's going to be intriguing. And of course, as you guys can tell, this is not a sneak peek, so make sure to stay tuned. Sneak peeks are going to be starting here very, very soon. So if you want to keep up to date with all the update info, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But in my opinion, I think this video will suffice for somewhat of a sneak peek, a deeper dive into Season 14's background. Also, I do want to mention before we dive into the madness, I'm going to be giving you guys more info about my specific Moon Bunny Squeak skin giveaway later on in the video. So I want to start off this video here today with some very strange findings in regards to Gus, one of the newest brawlers coming out in this update. Gus seems to be a little bit more important than just a brand new brawler being released here into the game, and I think we are all kind of tipped off not only by his character design being a little bit different than normal, he's got his own vibe going, we'll just say that, but also people noticing that his actual description is very interesting. Calling an abandoned train ride home, Gus loves balloons. As legend has it, one day he followed a balloon dog too far, got lost, and has been there ever since. Kind of a creepy and tragic backstory if you ask me. Gus is a lost child and is still lost to this day. Also, verbiage in this description, for example, as legend has it, makes it seem like Gus has been around for a very long time, kind of supporting the claims that people are making that Gus very well could be a ghost. If Gus is indeed a ghost, I think it gives way for some really interesting possibilities in the future, such as Gus having his own family and maybe brawlers fitting into that family, that creepy ghostly family. But getting into even more compelling things about Gus here, taking a look at a tweet from Dandy 23 hours ago, him noticing something strange from the Invest in Your Future video. As you can see in this frame, there is a small child with two balloons having fun in the background with a somewhat similar getup to Gus. Now, of course, Danny isn't the only one who noticed these strange correlations. A lot of people in the community have been discussing this clip here. As you can see, a post over here on Reddit by United Lavishness 50. He noticed that the clothes that the child is wearing in the frame is very similar to Gus. The child in the photo has two balloons, where Gus has one balloon with his main attack, as well as the balloon that caused him to get lost in the first place, the balloon dog. Another thing that I find really interesting about how Gus looks now, if the child is indeed Gus from the Invest in Your Future video in real life, is that the colors of the clothing are kind of the same. However, Gus's clothing in Brawl Stars is a little bit worn and dated, kind of muted out color where it's gotten darker and grimier, almost as if he's been around for a while. Really, the only thing that changes about his getup is the striped sleeves that he has underneath the blue t-shirt. Now, what's even more interesting about Gus as a character is he very well could have been sneak peeked years ago. Over here on the STARR website, if you guys remember when the Eve update came out, several people realized that this photo could have been correlated to Eve, seeing that it's a small spaceship. The size is convenient for a flea-sized alien, to say the least, so people chalk this up that the STARR website is responsible for sneak peeking brawlers in the future, which it has done before. Some of the newest photos that was released on the website, for example, was sneak peeking heavily Buzz's arrival in the game before he was released, with Buzz's whistle, as well as some other beach themes here. Some argue that these swim trunks were related to Buzz as well. But then that brings us to the very interesting concept of Gus being sneak peeked years ago upon the creation of the STARR website. Amongst all the photos here on the website, there is only a grand total of two balloons. Both of them right here. We have a yellow Star Park balloon with the description Star Park Star Balloon, perfect shape, still inflated with original air. And then we have this one, authentic red Star Park balloon, never used. But then we transition back to this frame of the Invest in Your Future video of potentially Gus in the background here. He is holding two different balloons, the two balloons that are found on the website. And the final thing that I want to point out about this Gus analysis that might be giving more confirmation that this child in the background is Gus from Brawl Stars. As you can see, the child has some sort of device on his left leg, whether it's a cast, a brace, but it's giving me vibes of some sort of condition on this child. As you guys can see on the other leg, the right leg, there is nothing. So with that in mind, I found it really interesting that Gus in game has a small bandage on his left leg, maybe having some sort of correlation with that device on the child's leg in the Invest in Your Future video. The correlation of all these elements is super intriguing to me, seeing that we have a brand new brawler being released in this game that has 2 different balloons that are relative to his character, one of which he actually uses in game. This child here in the background has 2 balloons, much like Gus, and there's 2 balloons on the STARR.biz website. It's leading me to believe that Gus is a little bit more important, as I stated before. Pausing the video for a moment before we get into more fun in regards to the Squeak skin giveaway here. So this time around, it's going to be a little bit different, seeing that the Brawl Stars dev team isn't going to be sending it directly to your inbox here. It is in my hands. I'm going to have skin codes that I can give to you guys, sending them to you, which then if you click it, you'll receive the skin. So beforehand, you only need to give me your player ID, but this time around, I actually need to be able to DM you a link, which I technically can't do in the comments of a YouTube video. So what we're going to be doing this time around is I have a tweet that is going to be up once this video goes live. All you got to do is make sure to follow me over there on Twitter. You can like and retweet, but it really doesn't matter that much. But the main thing that's important is a follow as well as a comment. You can comment anything. It doesn't matter. I'll be throwing your names into a random comment picker that will only pick one of your comments. So if you spam like 50 comments, it's not going to make a difference. And then I'll get in touch with you directly via DM over on Twitter and get you that link if you do win. The winners will be announced September 5th right now, though I did get word that it might be delayed a little bit on the back end just from the Brawl Stars dev team. I'm not sure what the specifics are, but guys, hey, good luck. These things are incredibly hard to win, so try not to feel bad if you don't win this time around as well. But with Gus's analysis out of the way, I next want to dive into the other newest brawler, Sam. Believe it or not, Gus is not the only one that has a rich background and a mystery behind them. So before the Brawl Talk was released, we had theorized that Sam very well could be Belle's husband. In the Brawl Talk, Danny had said that Sam is Belle's partner in crime, so technically not confirming that they are husband and wife, but they have some sort of professional relationship confirmed at least. However, I believe that they are husband and wife for a few reasons. Long ago when Belle was first released, in that update, people stumbled across a very interesting connection behind the naming of Belle as well as her character in general being related to an actual real-life bandit outlaw. Back in the 1800s, there was this very famous outlaw being known and acknowledged to this day by the name of Belle STARR. At the time, she was so well known as a successful bandit and outlaw that people gave her the nickname Bandit Queen. These characteristics very similar to Belle in game, a notorious outlaw stealing everything, always coming up with heists, causing a ruckus. And not only that, the name is Belle and her last name is STARR with 2 R's, like Star Park. It's crazy. But if we take a deep dive into her relationships in the past, specifically her husband, she had a grand total of 3 different ones, one of which his name was Sam STARR. Not only were people theorizing that Sam from Brawl Stars could be Belle's husband, but as you can see, we have confirmation from the character in which Belle was inspired by. Potentially, she had a husband named Sam STARR. So technically, back in the day when we first found this connection with Belle STARR and Belle from Brawl Stars, we could have took a deeper dive into her husbands and found one of which was Sam. It would have been a crazy stretch to come up with that theory back in the day, but look at this. This is nuts. But the evidence and fun doesn't stop there with Sam being related to Belle. There is a very strong theory heavily supported that Belle is the mother to Colt for a few different reasons, one of which is her voice lines, talking about being a mother and even bringing up her son being estranged, which would make sense if Colt is technically the good guy. He is the person trying to hunt down the bandits, right? And another interesting detail, forgive the quality, is as you can see with Belle's skin, she has a strip of hair being red, of course, Colt's hair being being red. But if we take a look at Sam's character, there are a ton of characteristics that also match up with Colt as well with his design, potentially providing even more credibility that Sam is Belle's husband or was Belle's husband. Taking a look at a post over here on Reddit by Valex87 pointing out the comparisons here if Colt was indeed the child of Belle and Sam. And on Sam's chin, he has that X, which I believe is just Brawl Stars' way of showing like a chin facial feature where some people have like a divot in their chin, but Colt also has that X on his chin as well. And even the small details with those lines by his eyes, Sam has those lines also. Pretty crazy if you ask me. So the fun build up and the stories behind Sam and Gus are very intriguing here upon their release. It really goes to show how much thought the Brawl Stars dev team goes into the characters that they add into Brawl Stars. We'll have to wait and see if this does amount to anything significant in the future, but at the very least we are expanding the Brawl Stars lore with this update to some degree, which is so exciting. But yeah guys, hopefully you all found this video here interesting. I've been having fun with this type of video whenever a brand new update comes around the corner. Most of the time, if it's not crazy significant, I kind of just keep it to myself, even though I like to dive into every update's background. But it seems like you all kind of enjoy these types of videos when we make them, so I want to do them more often whenever an update comes out. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to slap a like on it. Really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios and take care.